Police have clashed with a violent crowd. This is from ABC News, of course. Far-right protesters are fueled by anger on false online rumours regarding what's been going on in the UK. That three girls were stabbed outside a yoga studio. Now, these girls, as you can see in this particular image here, were the said victims of this particular attack. Absolutely heartbreaking attack that's happened. And the Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, has basically engaged in showing his respect to what's happened there. And while he was showing his respect, he ended up getting heckled by people that are saying, "Hey, this is a direct result of your the immigration policy of Labor."
How many more children are dying on our streets, Prime Minister?
How many more children? He said.
How many more children? How many more children, Prime Minister? Are we going to do something? Time to change, Starmer. Come on, it's needed. How many more children? Is it mine next? Bye-bye.
These things are just to show, aren't they?
Make a real change! Our children! Go away!
I just found out my friend's 9-year-old daughter was killed.
You don't want kids!
The person I've held as a child, and you can't do shit! He can't do shit! He's meant to be the Prime Minister!
Terrible. Her friend's daughter passed, and yeah, sorry for the swearing, but this is exactly what we see. And the Prime Minister, yeah, it is just show. It's just show, and where there's I don't sense the sincerity because they're pushing these exact policies. Ben, what were your thoughts on this particular story?
Oh, three little angels lost their lives, and it's a government that refuses to do anything about it. I mean, London has been the knife crime capital of Europe for what, decade, maybe more? I've never seen nightclubs that have to have trauma kits for stabbing and shooting at the front door, and response teams that are ex-Polish military and all these different things that come when guns and knives get pulled. They get called like a SWAT team. This is the kind of reality that live over there. Like kids stabbing people in the street with a butcher's knife, you know, like little kids at a park pulling knives out of their shorts, you know, and these are school kids. And a lot of it is to do with the unchecked mass migration that's happened to that country of people who do not share British values, who do not assimilate, have no intention of doing so, and for whatever unknown reason, they hate the local communities and the local people. And it's not just British people. I mean, you have suburbs over there where that are controlled by one particular, you know, like a Pakistanis will control a particular, you know, suburb, and if you're Indian, you can't go in there. If you're an African, black African, you can't go in there. It's not just against British people. It's against anyone who's not their group. And it's not a case of you can just, for us as Australians, it boggles the mind. I mean, where we can walk through any suburb in the country quite comfortably. You go over there, you'll get stabbed. You'll actually get stabbed if you walk down there because you're not from their community. And a government that allows that to happen, allows hateful ideologies to just get portrayed at, you know, mosques and all these things. Look, we see it here. We see, you know, things getting dredged up, and then people want to march through the eastern suburbs and intimidate the local community, and anyone who they think is, you know, for example, a Jewish person, let's harass them, and let's harass. You know, what did the mother walking down Old Head Road, going to the cafe for a coffee, the Jewish mum with her kid? What does she do about what's going on overseas? She had nothing to do with it. But that's the mentalities that are starting to show their faces here that we've never seen before. We didn't have these violent sort of people. People don't go and attack people based on ethnicity and race. It doesn't happen here. Or even ideology, even religion. We never really had it. Aussies have been fairly peaceful, but these are imported ideas, imported ideology. But you see this in Britain, in Germany, in France, in the Netherlands, all these imported ideologies that are not from those countries that result in violence against the community and bring in mass unchecked immigration of people who do not want to assimilate and inherently are violent. I mean, you see in London, you see in a lot of places in the UK, maybe the last, say, 6 or 7 years, you've seen organised crime go to levels of extreme violence that's never been seen before. And the reason why is because they brought over a lot of Congolese come over from the Congo, And obviously, growing up around a very violent place, you only survive there if you're if you can keep up and protect yourself or get away from it and hide somewhere. They come over and they brought a lot of their ideology with them and the violence with them. And because they went after they got into organised crime, after other criminals with such intense violence, the only way to respond was to also match it. And now that's trickled over into everyday life. It's trickling over to the streets, and it's getting out of control. As much as it is an immigration problem, it's an organised crime problem as well. They don't go and tackle the organised crime and deport people who are participating in acts of violence and horrendous crimes against the community.
Yeah, again, we're seeing arrogance of a government who doesn't listen to their people. They've just got an agenda, a program they want to push out, and they have tunnel vision to do that, and at the cost to us. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Sorry.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
It's absolutely dreadful. And to make matters worse, guys, there's some phenomenal people that have come from around the world, and they've been grandfathered into a country like Australia, whether it's Eastern European states or South Africa, Zimbabwe, Middle Eastern states. We've been grandfathered in. I basically don't speak any Arabic. I've never been to the place except maybe a week, Lebanon and maybe Egypt. But then you get these people that come here and they're messing it up. They're messing it up. It's like, and the most angry people, I know if you're immigrants, you've got a bit of imposter syndrome, and you don't want to rock the boat, and Labor let you in, and you're just stoked you can keep a job, but you've actually got to talk on this